What's up, y'all? This Anglers in this Barberson TV, and today we got Trayon White, DC council member, is in hot water. I mean, hot water. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. We on our way to 200K subscribers, and I'm just here to tell y'all he did it. Make sure you pay attention, cause I'm like, all right. So as y'all all know, it was breaking news all over the DMV. DC council member. DC got a council member named Trayon White. He be in like Ward 8. He be in DC. He be representing DC spokesperson for us, basically. So Trayon White be in the ghettos, like he be around the people like more than the politicians. So his image would be like Mr. St. Patrick. Then he be around like the gangsters and the politician people. He one of them people, so they feel like he the best mascot for us. So he represents us in certain jurisdictions. So back in the day, all right, I'm gonna try. It's three things that happened. It's the first thing that happened. Back in the day, Trayon White, not back in the day, just say like a year or two ago, or a couple years ago, Trayon was in a car drunk. He was driving. As he was driving, he crashed the car, the government car. He crashed the government car, got out, went home, made up a story, called the car and stolen, woo, woo, woo. That overpass, the story came out, somebody stole his keys, stole his car. They made up a whole story, threw that under the rug. That's when I knew he was jinky. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real, though, y'all. I mess with Trayon. I ain't got nothing against Trayon. That's when I knew he was jinky, though. I'm like, but that don't even make sense. He moving loose. He done crashed the government car. They done wail for him. I'm just let it go. I ain't pushing on the rug. I ain't into politics. So that's one thing. Then two, back in the day, probably 6 years ago, Trayon White was under investigation. He was under investigation because he sent $500 to a Muslim foundation. Just say a Muslim foundation. He sent $500 to a Muslim foundation off the credit card, off the government credit card that they gave him. Like the DC government, the United States government gave him a credit card for DC and funding, a certain type of funding. He used that funding to spend $500 off it at a masjid. And the masjid was representing they was against Jewish people. He was having an argument or dislike with some Jewish people that he was in business with. He was like, their opinion, he wasn't on board with their opinion. So they went and looked back. Long story short, he said something about the Jews. He didn't like the way the Jews was out orchestrating their business. I'm not into politics. And he went and spent the money off the credit card, $500 with some Muslim people. And then they seen the charges. The people went back and seen the charges. And then he went on a news. Now, he didn't go on the news. He got on Instagram, on his Instagram, and he made like an Instagram video saying that the Jews control the climate. They control if it rain, if it all this and all that. Not knowing the people that gave him the trust and the foundation that he doing business with, that the government doing business with, is Jewish people. So he basically disrespecting them in a certain type of way. But it's politics. You're not even supposed to speak on that. So now he's supposed to go face consequences for disrespecting them people who just go to a museum and learn about it, like the Kyrie Irving stuff. He leaves the interview. He leaves the meeting early. He around here pushing politics and DC kids and right from wrong. I got a third grade education. I know this wrong.
Investigation tonight. The city is asking questions about a donation Ward 8 Councilman Trayon White made to a Nation of Islam event. And that's not all. WUSA 9's Michael Quander joins us live now with more. Mike?
Yeah, the payment is raising eyebrows with auditors, and people in the Jewish community aren't happy about it either.
Well, we're just about done with our patience with him.
I was going to ask, is your patience running thin here?
My patience is very thin. It's almost depleted.
The Jewish Community Relations Council says it tried working with Councilman Trayon White, but says things only seem to be getting worse.
These three things happened in a period of 1 month.
Let me explain. First, the councilman claimed a rich Jewish family controlled the weather.
The Rothschilds controlling the climate to create natural disasters they can pay for it and own the cities, man. Be careful.
No, White apologized for that and agreed to go on a tour of the Holocaust Museum. But this is where the second issue comes in. White left that guided tour early because he says a reporter was following him around and taking notes.
And I did feel comfortable doing a tour like that and seeing what I saw and experience what I'm feeling emotionally. but the reporter's taking notes.
As part of his job description as an elected official, he has to be willing to accept public scrutiny, which means sometime the media is going to show up, even if you don't want it, and you've got to just deal with it.
And here's the third issue. This report with the D.C. Office of Campaign Finance reveals White donated $500 to a Nation of Islam event in Chicago. At the event, the group's leader said powerful Jews are his enemy.
People say controversial stuff all the time, and I don't agree with the things that some people say, including people in Louis Farrakhan. But the reality is that these brothers are on the front line fighting the same causes I fight for.
But still, that donated money came from White's constituent services account, and the law says that that fund is only supposed to be used to benefit D.C. residents, which is why the city is now asking questions. White's office has until next Thursday to explain the donation before any action may be taken, and we're continuing to ask questions. We've reached out to every single council member, and we wanted to know how they're responding to all of this. And a few of them have written us back, and they want to take some serious action. You want to stick around to hear that part coming up tonight at 6.
All right, we'll see you then. The Jewish community wants White to denounce Louis Farrakhan, denounce anti-Semitism, and agree to go back to the Holocaust Museum for a full visit.
If you offended them people and they say, okay, you offended us, you got a credit card that you charge to some people that don't like us, we want to talk about that, but we're going to forgive you. All you got to do is go take a class and study our people, and you can understand our culture and not disrespect us and know where we came from and just have your opinion. They invite him to the museum to go to the museum. He goes to the museum, he halfway there for a little bit. Then he roll out, don't even stay the whole time. He said he left because a reporter was following him around with a notepad. You're Trayon White, the council man. There's going to be reporters following you everywhere. It's a part of the job. It come with the job. LeBron and them out of the game, they don't want to sit at that podium. They got to sit at that podium and talk to the people for a certain amount of people. That's for a certain amount of minutes. That's in their contract. But you're a politician. There's no way you can run away from the media. The media want to ask you questions about yourself. He said he didn't feel comfortable. Me, I ain't going against Trayon White, but me hearing that let me know he still got some ghetto in him. You was like you acting like a hoodlum, bro. This is politicians and politics, and you talking about you didn't feel comfortable them writing something down, bro. You're a politician. How you not feel comfortable? The police, y'all both work together, like taxpaying dollars, like y'all on the same side. Let's not get into all that. Now they acting like a criminal. So long story short, I told y'all that's what opened the investigation after that $500 went to the Muslims, and the government didn't see what the fund. I mean, didn't. What's the word? They didn't authorize the funds. Basically, they went back and see where the charges came from. It came from the credit card account that he in charge of, that the U.S. government gave him to be in control of D.C. funds. So now this 6 years later, transferred. Now the FBI just locked him up. We just seen a clip of Trayon White, a video, not a video. We just seen a picture of Trayon White getting ran down on by the FBI. FBI just locked him up this 6 years later. Trayon White was in control of them funds. They never took the funds from him, no nothing. He been had a credit card that connects to Washington, D.C., and he got objectives and things he's supposed to do with his money. I'm just here to tell y'all he be in Southeast Washington, D.C. What y'all think he did with the money? If the FBI ran down on him, he got the credit card, y'all. Trayon White is in control of a credit card that's supposed to help D.C. He go swipe this junk, get D.C. this, get D.C. that, get D.C. that. He get approved for some more funds and all that. Trayon White acting like he did that. You don't see the repercussion. I mean, you don't see the reflection of what he's supposed to do in D.C. The crime rate up, this, that, and the third. Kids killing each other, this people doing that. But y'all like, man, they ain't putting no money out here. Y'all don't know what Trayon got that credit card for behind the scenes. He ain't doing what he's supposed to do. But I'm just going to let y'all know like this before I go. Every person in Congress, like them big white people and the big people that go to jail, that's important. When they go to jail, they probably got the handcuffs over top of their front of their hands with the jacket on. They walk them out good. They don't treat them like a criminal at all. Like, you might even turn yourself in. They might call you congressman. Man, you got a warrant for your arrest. Can you turn yourself in? Donald Trump don't turn himself. They came and got Trayon White the same way that they got NBA Youngboy. I'm talking about with the rifles. Like the same way they came and got No Savage. The same way they came and got a shooting suspect from the Tyson's Mall. They came and got a council member, Trayon White. I'm just here to tell y'all. But he go to court tomorrow. Y'all gonna figure it all out. Trayon stole some money. I'm just here to tell y'all. He stole some money. 100% stole some money. And I've been in this city my whole life. It's these people called, what they called? They was called was it Peace and, no, they what? They Peaceaholics. They was called Peaceaholics. Peaceaholics had millions of dollars. They didn't do what they supposed to do. They got sued by the government, supposed to get the money back. People went to jail and all that, but the police ain't come get them like this. They came and got him breaking news. So I know he stole more than the Peaceaholics. I'm just here to say, and I know I ain't supposed to do this. I know I'm just cracking jokes. I'm just being Trayon. If Trayon stole some money, I'm just saying, we seen Jimmy Black on Can-M's and buying new houses. I'm just saying, barbershops and all. Just pay attention. Hey, Jimmy. I'm just saying, what's up with your man, Jimmy? Jimmy Black probably somewhere on the run right now. Let me leave Jimmy alone. I'm just cracking jokes, man. Jimmy?